Welcome to my channel of Miel Hebraica, Hebrew honey, and in this video I'm doing the last third of Psalm 40. I had to divide it into numerous studies so that each section wouldn't get too long. So we're into the last third here. This is sort of the home stretch of this psalm. And Lemenashea LeDavid Mishmor Kavo Kaviti Yahweh V'yet Elai Ve'yishma Sha'ati Va'ye'aleni Mebor Sha'on Mitit Haven Ve'yakem Al Selah Regalai Kohanen Ajuri Ve'yeten Bepi Sir Hadash Tichala LeEloheinu Ve'reu Rabim Ve'yarbeu Ve'yebetehu Be'yahweh Ashrei HaGever Asher Sham Yahweh Mi Batahu Ho Velo Panah El Rachabim Ve'ashate Kazav Rabot Ashot Ata Yahweh Elohai Nifalotecha U'mishabotecha Elenu Ein Oroch Elecha Egada Ve'eddabar Ashmu Mesafar Zeba U'menecha Lo Hafatzta Oznaim Karata Li Olach Ve'hata'ach Lo Sha'alta Az Amarti Hine Bati Ve'megalat Sefer Katuv Elai Le'ashot Rishochecha Elohai Hafatzti Ve'torotecha Betok Meach Basarti Sedek Bekahal Rav Hine Shafati Lo Echkola Yahweh Ata Yadata Sedik Techa Lo Kisti Betok Levi Emunechtecha Ve'hashuatecha Amarti Lo Nichadti Hezdecha Ve'amartecha LeKahal Rav Ata Yahweh Lo Tichala Rechamati Mimeni Hashedecha Ve'amatecha Tamid Yeshruni Ki Afu Eli Raot Ad Ein Meshafar Ha-Ziguni Avontai. This is my sins here. This is Avon again. The Vav that's right here has the holum way off to this side, so it's actually Vav holum. The Avontai, your or my sins. It's a personal pronoun, first person singular. suffix here. My sins, avontai, avon would be sin, avontai, my sins. Velo, and not, yechalti, and I'm not able. I'm not able to see it. I can't really see how far my sins go. So, ve'akolechti le roit. Whenever you have a preposition of purpose, alignment of purpose in front of a verb becomes an infinitive. So to see it. Okay. So my sins are, and I can't really see them. Azumu, and there are a whole lot of them, quite a bit, a whole lot. Azumu, and this is a comparative mem here. Me, sha'arot, sha'arot. That's the hairs. Okay, sha'arot. Now, one way of remembering this is that the word for barley is the very same thing, sha'arot. That's shinai resh, and the barley has that particular name because barley has hairs. So whenever you see this sha'arot, think of the barley growing in the fields. You can look to the last verse of the first chapter of Ruth, and you'll find this word there, mesharot, the hairs, roshi. This is resh aleph shin yod, roshi, my head. Ve labi, and my heart, azavnu. Now this is an ayin, zayin, bet, azavnu, azavni, and my heart abandons and here the word here is courage, but it means my heart abandons me. Azav is, of course, easy to remember from Psalm 22. Eli, Eli, lama azavachtani. So why are you abandoning me? Azav. So this is a very well-known verb here. Abandons. My heart abandons me. Okay, my courage runs out on me. Okay, labi. Ulabi, okay, this is a labial here, so there's a surik here. Ulabi, azabni. Ritse, it is happy, pleased, okay. Yahweh, Yahweh ritse, la ha se leni, to rescue me. Auxilio. You can almost hear the word auxilio here, auxiliar. And this is Haksileni. This is he rescues me. Okay, in order to. So this is an element of purpose on the front here. Jehovah is very happy to rescue me. Jehovah, Yahweh. Now here's an interesting word coming up, and it's interesting because I really had a bit of a time puzzling what it was. You have a lamed, ayin, zayin, resh, okay, azer, azor. One detail you have to take note of right here, there's no vowel pointing on this word. In the Masoretic rules, then, when you have a word that has no vowel pointing, you don't say it. It's not to be said. The reason very simply is when the scribe was writing out this particular sequence, he got to this spot, le'az, realized at that point there wasn't enough to finish the word. There was enough space over here. He'd already overrun it somewhat over here. And so he really didn't want to finish this word, so he just left it halfway and then went over here and take a look here. You got lamed, ayin, zayin, resh. You got lamed, ayin, zayin, resh. And le'azrati. Le'azrati, to help me, and so this one does have the vowel pointings. You have the vowels on this one, and this is one that you're going to read then. Okay, uza, make it happen, go, and hurry. Okay, so le'azrati uza. So this word is left out. It isn't because it doesn't have a vowel pointing. It's not read. Yabosh, and hold them right here. Yaboshu, ve'ahatafru. These are very rare parallel words. They're ashamed and confounded. Yachad, as a one single group. Everybody who's doing this in one group is all confused. Me bakeshe, those who would seek nafshi, my life. Le, the first time I read it through, I thought this was a tet, but this is a pay over here. Happens to be joined to the bottom of this holum. Le shafotai, those who would give me the shaft, those who would harm me, those who would destroy me. Le shafota, one way of remembering this, shafota, those who bring destruction to me. Okay, there is a mapik in this hey at the end, and that means that this is a feminine suffixed pronoun on the end here. Le shofotai, that means to destroy it or her. And the reason it's feminine, this is nafshi, is feminine. Okay, so this one brings us back to this particular word here. Nafshi le shofotai, okay, to destroy her, that is my soul. Yeshgu, and be driven back. Ahar, that is backwards, heading behind. Okay, ahar is to the rear, to the back. Ye kal meni, and drive them back for the reward of their where are we? Yebal mu, okay? Yekal mu, okay? Yekal mu, and they will not be finishing, or they can't. Hafetzti raiti, okay? In other words, they won't be able to. They can't follow it through. The word here is kol. Kol means something that you can finish, you can make whole, but they can't. Okay, yekalmu, hafetzti, those who want, raiti, evil for me. Okay, so head on back, those who would try to make, would be happy to have evil for me, raiti. Yeshamu, they place, kevet, and it's emptiness, bosh time, because of their shame. Okay, they are made. Okay, shamu al kevet, made desolate because of their shame. This has to be bosh. This has to be a kamisatuv here. Bosh is shamefulness, and shamefulness of them. Ha-amarim, of those saying, li, ha-e, ha-e, he-e, he-a, he-a. This is a double word here, aha, aha. And like I said, one of the reasons for studying the Psalm 40 is the root words, and this one's very much a root. You have hey, aleph, hey, aleph, hey. And so there's 4 times that the guy standing with his hands up appears here. Okay, hey ah, and so attention, attention, or aha, aha, or hey. Okay, ya, shiu, and rejoice, be happy. Yishmehu, and also be glad. These are very much parallel, very similar words. Also somewhat look the same. They're different words, but Yishmu, Yishmahu, praise words, of course, and Beha, in Beha, in you, okay, talking to the Lord, in you. Kol, Yebakeshecha, those who seek you, okay. Me, Bakesh is to seek, and this is those who are seeking, like almost it is a participle function here. Mebakesh shecha, those who are seeking to you. Yomaru, and they say, tamid, always. Yeg gadal, to make it great. Gadol is a very well known word, and this one's as a verbal form of that. Usually it appears as an adjective, but here it's a verb, to make great, Yahweh, Jehovah. Make great Jehovah. Jehovah's great. Ahaveh, lovers, tachshu atecha, lovers of your salvation. Okay, and again, the word Shua is something that reminds us of Yehoshua, Jehovah saves. Of course, that reminds us of Jesus, and so salvation here is also somewhat of a prophecy of Yeshua and Jesus, our Savior. Okay, those who seek your salvation. Ani and I. So this is a first-person pronoun. Ani, first-person I. Ani, same pronunciation, although it's a different word. And you'll notice here, this is an aleph, and this one's an ayin. So ani, I am afflicted. So this is a ayin. Oh, this I'm suffering. Okay, ani ayin. Ve eben, and I'm also a poor person, a needy person. Eben. This particular word has a lot of historical significance in church history. Once the Christian church was established in Palestine and Israel, right after the ministry of Christ, the grouping of Christians was split between Hebrew speakers or Aramaic speakers and Greek speakers. Now, the Greek speakers, yeah, they call themselves Christians. In fact, we find that out from Antioch. The Hebrew speakers call themselves Ebionim. Now, so at the start, the ones who spoke Hebrew or the ones who spoke Aramaic were called the Ebionim, the poor ones, the needy ones. And that was literally the description of them. They had a very hard time. They were often the very poorest people in the land at this point because they were persecuted often from many different sides. The Romans couldn't tell the difference between the Ebionim and the Jews, so they persecuted them evenly. And the Jews didn't like them either. They considered them Christians. So these people had a very hard time of it. In fact, it even got worse over time, since these people held on to the whole matter of humanity of Christ. The rest of the church began persecuting because they didn't think they were strong enough about the divinity of Christ. So this became a very difficult situation for them. I find this study very interesting because what we call Messianic Christians today often parallel this kind of grouping. So Ebionim, those who are poor. Adonai, O Lord, my Lord. This is Adonai, and this is the substitute for Yahweh. So, but here we see the word Adonai, my Lord. I find it interesting. A lot of translations will put Jehovah in here for this word right here, but it is Adonai, the Lord. Yahashav. This is a Chet Shin Bet, and this is something that you consider or plot. Now, when it's a human being, when it's a person doing this, it's considered plotting. When the Lord is doing it, no, it's something He's thinking out very clearly. And this particular word is found when Joseph is talking to his brothers and says, you guys are plotting to do me harm, but the Lord was plotting to do me good. And so the word is used in both ways there. On the one hand, when a human does it, it turns out badly. When God does it, it turns out fine. So Yahashav, okay, Yahashav. This one way of remembering this word is that there is a town in the Transjordan called Heshbon, and that is actually an emphatic version of Hashav, okay, to be plotting. The ones who think very deeply or think very widely about something. So Yahashben. Li, the one who considers, Yahashba, Li, Azariti, in order to help me, Azariti, my helper actually, my helper, Mafaliti, and my deliverer, the one who rescues me, okay, Hafaliti, Ata, you are, okay, you are my helper and you are my deliverer. Elohai, my God, Al, don't, this is don't, Tach, Ahar, don't turn back, don't hold back, okay, Aharas means towards the back, and so it's an exhortation, the part of the psalmist to the Lord, my God, don't turn back from me. In other words, we are now face to face, and would like to keep it that way. So don't turn away from me. So don't go back. And it's a very, very beautiful thought as when David meets up with God and pleads with him to stay as his helper and as his deliverer. May God bless you, and may God be your helper and your deliverer. Until the next time.